was quite interesting when I did my volunteer year at College of Charleston about 3 years ago. We played a couple times with Campbell, and I remember even as a player, we would play against Campbell probably 2 or 3 times a year. And when Jamie, who's the head coach at College of Charleston, told me that the Campbell position was opening up because Tanya was turning pro, I was like, yeah, I want to know how this school that nobody's ever heard of, that you know, that you wouldn't assume is a great golf program. I want to know why they're so good, and I want to know why do they beat us at College of Charleston every time. And so I knew that the foundation for success was here, and to have the opportunity over the last 2 years to experience that for myself and to see the hard work and the dedication and the culture that's been produced here, it's really been a special 2 years.
More than anything, I just have to trust my instincts of what I'm looking at. I mean, you know, every golfer has their own skill set. You know, there are 1,000 ways to play the game. And I look for somebody that has confidence, that's a good student, and I believe is a good person.
It's tough to say kind of in order about what we look for, but I think one thing that we look for is talent. And when you can see a player who might not be fully refined but has a lot of raw athletic ability, that's certainly something that sticks out to us. But I think one of the things we also look for is their character, is their attitude on the golf course that we see kind of from a distance when they're at junior tournaments. Is that something that we could see meshing well with the girls on our team? You know, if you see a kid that's got a really bad attitude or that's really hard on themselves, it's really tough to see how they fit into what we're trying to do here. But when you see somebody who's a really good player on the golf course, keeps an even head, and even somebody who encourages and congratulates the people around them that they're playing with, you know that they have a really solid character. And I think that Campbell in general, that's who we want representing our university, and that's for sure people that we want representing our golf team.
We only need 7 more rounds.
Yes.
Okay?
Yep,
All right.
I got it.
3 here and 4 at the national. It's their responsibility. You know, it's my responsibility never to be satisfied with what they do. It's my responsibility to encourage them every day and let them know how good they are. But also to point out that, you know, we're not on top of the mountain. There's still things they can do to improve.
Coach Crooks is an amazing developer of golfers, and you know, it's why he's been around for as long as he's been, because he not only sees tendencies on the golf course, but he sees tendency in their personality and in their work ethic, where he knows exactly how to push people, and he kind of knows when to take the foot off the gas, and he knows when to encourage somebody. And I've seen him in the same tournament really get onto somebody and really pull somebody else aside and be a little bit softer with them, because he's learned very well how to adapt to coaching both scenarios. And I think coaching the men and the women has really given him that ability to do it, because he's seen guys that need a little bit of tough love, and he's seen girls that need tough love, and he's seen girls that need a little bit more soft attention. And I think that's helped him in some guys that maybe need that as well. But I think one thing that I've seen ever since my first day here working under him is his heart for his team, and there is not anything that he wouldn't do for one of his players on either team. He loves to be kind of a grandpa figure and support 100% whatever anybody's doing, and he's always asking, you know, how'd your test go? And but more importantly, he's also making sure that everybody's in the right frame of mind on the golf course, and he has that innate ability to tell when somebody's just off that day or when somebody's not clicking in a particular round. Like he kind of knows whether he needs to be there and be a little bit more on the golf specific side, or if he wants to send me over there to just kind of be somebody to talk him through what's going on. And I think to have a coach that sees their players' specific needs is something that I for sure admire in Coach Crooks, and something I hope to be able to carry on into my coaching career. One of the things that makes our program so successful in our competitive nature is that they're playing against 6 or 7 other great players. You know, it's not like we have one standout here that stands above everybody else or stands alone amongst the team. And so while one of our players might go out and shoot 69 one round and that's their personal best, you know, now everybody on the team is motivated to get there as well, or to have a round like that. And so it's been really special this year to see that every player that competed on last year's team that's in the lineup has beaten their stroke average this season. And some of our girls have had just awesome career lows. Anna, Deanna, and Stacy both shot 65 this year, which is a career best for both of them. And I think that while we try to compete against one another and we keep that competitive nature really apparent in our practices, we also encourage them to be the best version of themselves. You know, if we tried to coach one of our players like the other, it would be really tough for them to not feel like they're being compared to other people. But golf really is a sport where they are doing their best that day. And, you know, if they're giving 100% effort and it's their best, we're never going to fault them for not shooting a great score, but it's special when that effort and that hard work is rewarded in a personal best or in a career low round.
What drives winning? What drives winning? Inside every athlete, they have a little voice. And it's that little voice that tells them what is most important to them. Some people like to participate. Some people like to have a good time. Some people like to do both of those things, but then beat the people around them. And that's the type of person I look for.